the story behind It Ends Tonight, same thing or?
What story have you heard?
No, I've actually heard nothing. I just listened to the song like 4 times today, and I forgot how much I fucking love it.
Yeah, It Ends Tonight, we were in this hotel in Atlanta. Really, It Ends Tonight, Move Along, and Dirty Little Secret all came in like a 3-week time span.
And like Swing Swing, they were the last songs written for the album.
And my roommate in this $38 a night hotel called the Highland Inn, which has probably become some gentrified boutique hotel
times,
now.
though.
I Google mapped it the other day.
It's like
and
20.
It's now like boutique apartments.
Great. There was a guy who was staying with us who he was our guitar tech.
He was our friend who tuned guitars, yeah.
Yep. He was driving me crazy with his misery, and that song kind of came out of me in this frustration with him having to be his roommate for 8 weeks. And everybody's like, I remember when we were doing press or something, I would tell the story. I was like, yeah, this is about this guy. And everybody like, don't say it's about a guy. I was like, but that's like what the story's about.
It is not a breakup song.
No.
No.
No, it's about wanting to kill somebody you're with in a fucking apartment. But yeah, no.
Are you writing it in the apartment?
Yeah. It was written between this apartment and this rehearsal space that we were at for just a nauseating amount of time, hammering out the same songs every day, over and over, until new ones would arrive. And they did. Thank God.
What was that process? Why were you hammering out the same songs over and over again?
We'd been writing for the better part of a year. After our first touring our first record, we just went home, didn't play shows, we just wrote songs. And I think it got to a point where we just needed to shake things up, or our manager and our A&R guy thought we needed to shake things up. So for some reason, we thought it was a great idea to go to Atlanta and live in this $38 a night hotel and go to this fucking plywood box and rehearse the songs that we had already written, like, 10, 15 songs, whatever. No really intention to write more necessarily. We just thought we were rehearsing to record a new record. But really what everybody was waiting for was us to write a single.
Yeah.
To then, okay, we'll pay for you to make another album.
So they're going to make you play your songs over and over again until you realize that you don't have a hit on it. And then
That was the gist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
so it's giving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. In retrospect, I mean, even at the time, I remember I gave myself hives down the back of my legs with stress. Like we were in dire straits, but we just put ourselves in this. For some reason, suffering has been like this catalyst. Like we've always thrown ourselves in these things that were like, uncomfortable. Like you're not going to have a nice place. You're not going to, you're going to budget yourself to where you basically feel like ramen noodles are just around the corner. And in that misery, maybe we'll find something. And yeah, that was the fruit that we found, I guess, those 3 songs at the end of it.
I mean, pretty good. We're still eating from them, eh?
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, fucking Dirty Little Secret's paying some bills.
Yeah, keeping the light on.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Can you tell me the story behind that one exactly? Like, were you in that wood box or?
Dirty was like, it was written as like this really weird ass kind of country acoustic song. Like it was like, it used to swing like ding 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 ding. No shit. That's how Nick translated it, because he wrote the opening riff, and that was the riff.
We were trying to shit out songs real fast, so there was just an acoustic guitar and a vocal. And so the way I strummed it just, made it sound like a shitty Tom Petty B-side.
And then when we got in Atlanta, we just put it on the floor. Chris straightened it out. We're like, let's just play this as straight as possible to see what this feels like as a rock sort of like interpolation or something. And then it worked. It was just like that easy. But yeah, it started out with me laying on the floor of my of the place we were living down in Florida, and I was like chasing my girlfriend at the time around, like singing that chorus to her. It was like just that little hook. And I was like, Nick's like, you got anything? And I was like, I don't know. I wrote this. This is stupid. And that's how like Gives You Hell was written too. We were like drunk on the top of a Vancouver high rise on a riding trip, and trying not to go mad, finding songs, and this was just an afterthought kind of thing where I was on some bouncy sort of, it wasn't a whirly, but it kind of, maybe like a Rhodes kind of thing. And the chorus "Forgives You Hell" was there. I was like, well, this is stupid. And Nick's like, well, let's just fucking write this. And and we wrote it, and by the end of the night we were doing gang vocals over the demo, the same way it was sort of recorded. And I remember we took it down to LA to show our A&R guy, you know, whatever we'd come up with that week, and we were like, and then there's this one.
Wait. Play that again.
And it was like that. It was like that, you know, the ears peeled back, and he was like, he had a smile, which this is like Eeyore. Like, and him smiling was like, oh, we made Dad happy. Like, that was this relationship we had with him because we were so young, and he was like, you know, older. And so it was like, it was always about this fatherly approval at the label. Like, oh, does Dad like it? Yeah, he does. Okay, great. Maybe we got something.